Hey, it's Albert with Two Tribes Primal Living, and kind of wanted to make a video today. It's been a while, kind of been really busy, haven't had much chance to put too many videos out, but kind of wanted to talk about what's been going through my mind over the last, I'm going to say, few days to a week or so, and it all comes down to, sacrifice. This Me being up here, Nikki being up here. I mean, there's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of detachment from material items that took place in order for us to be here. I mean, as y'all may or may not know, Nikki's a pretty successful woman. You know, she's served in the Air Force for 2 terms. She ended up with her master's degree, MBA, um, and she's got 2 black belts and fitness trainer and wellness trainer certifications out the wazoo. I mean, the girl is just seriously talented and smart and capable. And you know, I've been in my line of work for 30 something years or 20 something, 30 years, whatever, however, who keeps track of when you started working. But I've always worked, got through high school, um, and just kind of became a self-educated man throughout the years. I question things that interest me, not that shit that interests other people. I'm living my life. I've overcome many obstacles in life, same as Nikki. And you know what's confusing to some people is the level of success that we're capable of. Nikki and I are very intelligent people, and it's not hard for us to just decide, hey, we're going to do this, and next thing you know, we're doing it. Um, we own a gym. We're going to get our certifications. Next thing you know, we got certification. So it's not anything that we can't just decide. Hey, I wanna be a multimillionaire type um, person who has all the luxuries in life and whatnot. That if that was us, there's nothing that would stop us from doing that. But that's not us. It's funny because that crossed another thought that I was having earlier, but that's not who we are. When you look at detachment, she did a podcast earlier on detachment, and you look at sacrifice, and you look at all these things, situations, relationships, opportunities, um, whatever people are searching for. I mean, people are looking for opportunity. People are looking for lasting relationships. People are looking for any means of hope to be better in the world. But if you look at all the things that we gave up, people think we're insane. People think that we're or they question our motives. We've had our motives questioned as to why 2 people, 2 intelligent, 2 highly functioning people would sell everything they own um, in order to go live off grid and to do things the hard way unnecessarily. It's like y'all had water, y'all had electricity, y'all had um, you know access to food at the local grocery stores or whatever. So why in the hell would you 2 people go and sell everything off and and live less than? For me, that answer is I've got more than I've ever had in my life. I have more opportunity right now than I've ever had in my life. And with what's going on in the world right now, with people losing their jobs and losing homes and losing cars and very unsure of the future that America holds, or even their community holds, or their state, or whatever um, level they're connected to the most. The this is a time for people to be really seeking truth within themselves. And detachment is going to come. um, Detachment or sacrifice is something that just is a part of life. It's something that you have the freedom of choosing. Do I need two Harley Davidsons? Do I need a house? Do I need five cars? Do I need all the fancy appliances in the house? Do I need granite uh, countertops? Do I need a bidet or a heated toilet seat? Or do I need a hot tub or a swimming pool? I mean, what do I need? I mean, is all that stuff need, or is all that stuff just something that we think is going to make us happy? You know, we sold off all our possessions. We sold off our house. We sold off our businesses. We sold everything off to be out here. To us, this is, to me, I don't know so much Nikki, I mean, but we've had the conversation. I can't exactly speak for her, but we've had the conversation that, this is, right now, this is our university. This is our college course. This is our certification studies. But there's not going to be a certification or a diploma at the end of this. There's going to be something more valuable than a certification or a diploma for learning how to be self-sufficient, learning how to be self-reliant. And I think I think a lot of people miss that point. Um, you can walk away from your life at any time. Um, you can just decide, I don't want to do this anymore. I used to think that was impossible. I used to think it was impossible. How am I ever going to how am I ever going to get out of debt? How am I ever going to be able to catch up with all this work? How am I going to be able to satisfy all these people who have expectations of me? And it's like, you're never going to do that. And I just had to wake up one day and realize you're never going to be finished with your life ever. And if your life is a hamster wheel of revolving around paying bills and banknotes and trying to keep up with the people next door, or the people at work, or the people at your church, or whatever, just to be in debt for those reasons, I mean, you're never going to live. I, I I don't care what your pastor or your your counselor, or your mentor, or whoever you follow. You're never going to be happy if all you do is pay bills and work and carve out a little bit of time, once, twice a year, just to get away from it. You shouldn't want a vacation from your life. You shouldn't want a vacation from your existence. Um, there's that saying that you always hear in the workforce, or the career aspect, that it's not work if you love doing it. And a lot of people have that, but I kind of find it hard to believe that that everybody is happy with their jobs. I mean, I've worked with people before. I know they hate their jobs. So, and I was one of them. I hated my job. I hated the routine. I hated the competition. I mean, shit. When you live a life of competition, not cooperation, then you really run into a lot of stress. And I mean, everything is so competitive, from whose kid is the best on the baseball team, or whose daughter is the best gymnast, or the best speller at the spelling bee, or the best singer, or the best dancer, or the best, whatever. We even compete through our kids at some point. And I mean, it's like, when does it end? When does that competition of the best house, the best truck, the best yard, the best barbecue pit, the best uh, manicure, the best hairstyle. I mean, all these things. Everything is a competition, and nobody's willing to, everybody's willing to sacrifice their freedoms and their liberties and their leisure to be in competition. I mean, I mean, I guess if that's the winner's heart, then I'm a fucking loser, because I don't have any desire to compete against anybody who's the best exerciser on the planet. Where that notion came in, that's all fucking ego, and ego is what dominates this planet. Uh, Everybody's individual ego has developed an opinion, and everybody's opinion has developed an emotion, and that's that cause and effect that occurs just naturally. I mean, you solve one problem, you automatically create another. But everybody is competing and sacrificing to compete, but nobody's sacrificing to cooperate. So few people are just looking at their lives, going, I'm 48. I'm talking to, you know, just a broad audience here, not anybody in particular, but you know, at what age do you realize that this shit ain't working? That I have the boat, I have the RV, I have the four wheelers and the golf cart and all the little gizmos and gadgets that makes a dude a cool dude, or a woman a glamorous woman. I mean, when does it end? Does it ever end? And unfortunately, the answer is no. But nature and the universe, or the creator, the spirit that you're connected to, there's a point where we're looked down upon, and the creator, or the spirit that created all this, uh, says, "Wow, you people really got it wrong." Um, I was talking to Nikki about dinosaurs earlier. I was like, you know, why did the dinosaurs have to go extinct? We could have just fed the dinosaurs all the stupid people. There's a lot of stupid people, so, well, I'm not going to call them stupid. I'm going to call them ignorant. People who just ignore truth. Um, you know, uh, we could have just fed all those ignorant people to the dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs would have been happy, and it would have been cool world. But you know, I'm just kind of rambling about sacrifice and detachment from things, detachment from the past, detachment from material items, detachment from events. Um, you know, there's some people who they're attached to other people's deaths. And I don't understand that. And we all know somebody like that who goes to everybody's funeral. Whether they knew him or not, or whether they talked to him. Oh, it was my aunt's cousin's best friend's maid's coworker died, so I need to go to their funeral. And there's people like that, and then there's people like me who are just, I don't want to go to funerals. I don't want to go to weddings. I don't want to go to funerals. I don't want to go to 4th of July parties. I don't want to go to family reunions. I don't want to go to graduation parties or any of that stuff. I don't want to do that stuff. I like the solitude. I love solitude. I love not having to engage in conversations about the weather and sports and the latest and greatest trends and the stupid memes that people post. And all that shit. I just don't have a contribution to small talk, and if I do, it's very very fake and very 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 short because I can't do it very long. So uh, maybe that's why I don't have any friends per se. But I detached from all that. I had to. I had to detach from family. I had to detach from acquaintances. I had to detach from events. I had to detach from the material items because the material items are probably the most um, energetically charged um, portion of a person's life. It's like, look at all my stuff. Look at what I get to pay for. Look what I got to pay off. Look at what I still owe on. Look at my stuff. And I guess I'm just not a stuff person. I tried to be at one point. I talked about it in another video. That was the most miserable time of my life. I mean, I was a prisoner to my own choices, and as somebody who seeks resolution, and I mean, I don't seek resolution from the mainstream sources. I seek resolution from within. I mean, I've resolved some major, major, major conflicts within myself over the last couple few years that you're not going to get in a book. You're not going to get. You're not going to get in a seminar. You're not going to get on a video. You're not going to get it on a counseling session for sure. You're not going to get it in a church. You're not going to get it anywhere. You're going to get it from looking within yourself, and that's where you resolve conflict. And if a car makes you feel happy for a few months, and then after that happiness wears off, you need a new purse or a new pair of boots or a new fishing rod or something um, to make you feel good for a little while. I mean, that's all shit from without. That's people searching from without, and there is no resolution in that. That's just creating another problem because you know that's how it works. You become. I mean, there's people who are addicted to Amazon. I mean, how fucking ridiculous is that? I gotta have stuff. I gotta buy more stuff. I need stuff, and all that stuff is coming to a point where a lot of that stuff is not going to be at your reach anymore. I mean, and just look at the store shelves. There's a lot of shit that used to be there that is no longer there anymore. Um, but I mean, for me, sacrifice and detachment are what works for me. It healed me. I can literally say that emotionally, mentally, I am a healed creature. I don't require follow-up treatments, and I don't require counseling sessions, or I don't require meetings with the sponsor or anything like that. Hey, Lulu, you were dirty as shit. This is Lulu. This is our host dog. She just came and got in my face. Come on, move, sit, sit. So, anyway, it's those things that we we seek from without. I mean, for me, without was finding a new geographical location to experience that I've never been able to experience before. I have a feeling Lulu's gonna knock over the tripod. So the tripod falls over. Lulu did it. But anyway, I just um, changed geographic locations because this is where I could learn. This is where I could become the person I need to become for whatever the future holds. I mean, the future is very uncertain right now. So, am I going to need survival skills? Hell yeah, I am. Am I going to need to know how to grow food? Hell yeah, I'm going to need to know how to grow food. Am I going to need to know how to take care of my body naturally? Hell yeah, I'm going to need to do that because everybody talks and talks and talks and talks about pick up arms and I would bear arms to protect my freedom, and I would protect this and I would protect that, and I would, I hear all this lip talk, this lip service about what people would do in the case of a social uprising or the military coming and trying to take your guns or whatever. But then what? What if you actually live through that? You think there's going to be a society left for you to just go to the Walmart and go get a new fishing pole, or to go and get a new Duralog so you can start a fire in the snow? I mean, shit. There's a lot more to it, and people aren't willing to make that sacrifice of detaching from the material items and the habits, the 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 events and the relationships. And I mean, most of the people that you deal with on a daily basis are a bunch of assholes anyway. You don't even like them. You just act like you like them so that they can like you back. And you got to get rid of all that shit, all that baggage. And I figured out how to do it. um, I just didn't give a shit what anybody thought. I mean, literally, when it comes down to it, I just don't care what anybody thinks about how I'm living. Now, if you ask me how I did it or why I did it, or I'm more than glad to share that with you. But to try to tell me that I'm doing the wrong thing, or um, I don't understand why somebody would do that. That's my journey. That's mine and Nikki's personal journey. That's nobody else's journey. So we can't explain it. You just won't get it. It's not something we. Lulu, don't knock the tripod down. It's not something we asked permission for. It's not something that we asked opinions for. It's something we just did. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. Leave it on that note. I know that it doesn't seem like the greatest idea on the planet to sell off all your possessions and sell off two businesses and shut everything down. You are going to knock my tripod over. Come here. Let me move you. Go over there. But it's how we're doing it. It's we were able to raise enough money to invest all our money into physical assets that we can access at any time, and we can sustain ourselves just on what we made. I mean, we're up here volunteering on somebody else's property in return for room, board, and a lifelong value of lessons. So I mean, this is our university. So we're in college. We're making that sacrifice away from everybody and everything, and with all the comforts and luxuries in the world. We're making that sacrifice because the future is so fucking uncertain right now. You don't know whether or not you're going to have to be self-sufficient. I can afford to be wrong at this point right now. I absolutely can afford to be wrong. But can anybody else? Can anybody else who is just sitting there waiting for the next handout, or the next stimulus check to come out, or the next unemployment check to come out? I mean, this shit isn't going to last forever. This new norm that people talk about is going to be a very ugly normal. So I was more than willing to make the sacrifice and execute the detachments of everyday society. I've been one step ahead of everything that is going on right now on this planet, economically, financially, socially. I've been trying to warn people for years that our government is not about us. It's not about us. It's about power, and it's about control, and we're seeing the results of that. So it's not going to get any better. For those of you who are praying and hoping and doing whatever you can, this is in your hand. This is where all the Bible scriptures and all the Buddhist teachings and all the Native American teachings and all the teachings of everybody who has ever tried to warn people of what was coming. This is that time where you're supposed to step up and be that strength, that power that you are created from, it's that time, and I think people are afraid of that. I think people don't realize how strong they are, and they're afraid, and they need a savior, and they need a stimulus check, and they need somebody to save them, but nobody's sacrificing, nobody's detaching. You're not getting it. They still are not getting it. And there's a lot of us who have detached. There's a lot of us who are sacrificing right now, and it's going to be a hell of a new world. We haven't even seen the beginning of it. So like, subscribe, tell me what you think, and go detach from some shit. Go sell some stuff and turn it into gold and silver. Get rid of some things. You don't need all that stuff. You need to be light. So we'll talk to you guys later.